As our bullet train glides through the Japanese countryside at 320 kilometers per hour, the modern face of Japan streaks past our window. The Shinkansen, a symbol of Japan's post-war economic miracle, carries us westward from Tokyo to Himeji City, where one of Japan's most magnificent feudal castles awaits. Stepping onto Himeji Station's platform, the castle is already visible in the distance, a white silhouette rising above the city skyline. The locals call it Shirasagi-jo, the White Heron Castle, for its elegant, bright appearance and spreading roofline that resembles a bird taking flight. The broad castle approach stretches before us, a reminder of the ceremonial pathway that once welcomed feudal lords and samurai. I can't help but think of John Blackthorne, the English sailor from Shogun, who might have walked these very stones. Like him, I'm an outsider privileged to witness this magnificent piece of feudal Japan, though thankfully in much more peaceful times. As we climb higher, the castle's ingenious defensive design reveals itself. The path winds in a spiral, forcing any attacking army to expose their vulnerable right side, the side not protected by their shields. What appears to be a straightforward approach is actually an elaborate maze of gates and baileys designed to confuse and trap invaders. Built in 1609 during the Edo period, Himeji Castle is one of Japan's 12 original castles. While many Japanese castles were destroyed by fires, earthquakes, or World War II bombing, Himeji survived them all. Even when a bomb was dropped directly on the castle during World War II, it failed to explode, leading many to believe the castle is blessed by divine protection. From the highest level of the main keep, we can see why this location was chosen. The castle commands a strategic view of the inland sea routes and the old highways connecting Kyoto to western Japan. In feudal times, this position made Himeji a crucial point of control for the shogunate. The castle's brilliant white exterior isn't just for show. Its plastered walls are fireproof and strong enough to resist arrows and bullets. The elegant architecture masks serious military engineering. Hidden weapon racks, stone-dropping chutes, and secret doors allowed defenders to move quickly and strike unexpectedly. This is the map of Himeji Castle and how you should walk to get to the main entrance. We now begin the long and arduous climb up endless stairs and steps to get to the top of the castle. Oh yes, there will be many stairs, trust me. As we continue our ascent, notice how the path doesn't move straight ahead, but instead curves like a maze. This spiral design was no accident. It forced attacking warriors to expose their vulnerable side, not protected by shields. The defensive genius of Japanese castle architecture is already apparent. You can see where the archers would be placed in an elevated protected position, raining arrows down on the invading army. Another stone staircase, my goodness, and we've only just begun. I can already give you a travel tip. Don't come here on a hot day. Look at how the stone base slopes outward. This foundation design helped deflect cannon fire. At least we are getting closer to the castle building itself. It doesn't look too high from here. The low doorways weren't just about Japanese height. They forced samurai to bow when entering, preventing sword attacks. This is a traditional Japanese rice washing station called Komearai Ishi, or rice washing stone. It consists of a large wooden tub or basin elevated on a stone platform, which was used for washing and preparing rice for the castle's inhabitants. Each level had specific functions: storage of rice and weapons on lower floors, living quarters in the middle, and command centers at the top. This feels like walking into a trap. You see the gaps in the walls left and right. Imagine you are an attacking samurai, and you have to get through this passage alive. This castle was never attacked in its entire history. Its defenses were so formidable that none dared to try, and I'm starting to understand why. Notice how each floor is slightly smaller than the one below. This creates the elegant layered appearance while improving structural stability. This is the Sangoku Bori, one of Himeji Castle's main Bailey courtyards. The large flat area with packed yellow sand was a crucial military and administrative space during the castle's active years. The yellow-brown packed earth, called tataki, is made from a mixture of clay, lime, and other materials. This surface was designed to provide good drainage during rain while remaining firm and level. The courtyard's impressive size and maintenance reveal the scale of operations that would have taken place in a major Japanese castle during the Edo period. So this is the main entrance. I feel like I've already passed through a number of main entrances already. These elegant roof tiles are secured with special clips to withstand strong winds. Of course, you have to take your shoes off too. This won't smell good. The wooden joints you see are called kigumi. They flex during earthquakes instead of breaking. We are now finally inside the real castle, and the white marking shows that we are in the basement. The basement areas were used to store food, water, and other supplies necessary to sustain the castle inhabitants, especially during times of siege. The castle's construction emphasized complex designs to confuse and trap invaders. There were hidden passages and rooms that could be used for military purposes, like storing weapons or allowing defenders to move secretly within the castle. The staircases are well organized, and one way to move people through the building on a conveyor belt principle, which is needed because each floor is getting smaller and smaller, and space is becoming increasingly scarce. I want to take this opportunity to warn sensitive viewers already here if you are thinking of coming here. It can get quite claustrophobic on the higher floors, so this castle is not for everyone. Okay, so this is the first floor. Only 5 to go. So far, there's plenty of space, but it's already starting to feel a bit warm in here. Himeji Castle's architecture is famous for its advanced and resilient design. The lower levels helped to distribute the weight of the structure and reinforced its stability. The view through the window is wonderful. The black metal pieces you see are not only decorative, but also help to improve structural integrity. That sounded like a line from Star Trek. Here is the castle courtyard with the yellow sand again. Then I know which direction I am looking in. Not only do you get a great view of the city of Himeji, but you also understand the strategic advantage of the castle's location and height. From here, you can spot enemies from afar. This is where I look out from. Let's continue and see if we can find the stairs leading up to the next floor. As you can see, Himeji Castle has undergone multiple renovations over the last 200 years to preserve its structure and historical significance. In 1868, Meiji Restoration. After the fall of the Tokugawa shogunate, Himeji Castle was abandoned. It was sold at auction, but fortunately avoided being dismantled, as was the fate of many other castles during this period. It was used as a military barracks under the Imperial Japanese Army. Time for some stairs again, which isn't so bad, considering you can stop for a few minutes on each floor to catch your breath and marvel at how well preserved the whole castle is. We have just passed the third floor, as you can see on the info board downstairs. I am impressed by all the elderly Japanese who happily go up and down the stairs without any problems. But as you can see, getting down can be a problem if you have knee problems. In the 1930s, early preservation efforts, recognizing its historical significance, Himeji Castle was designated as a national treasure in 1931 under Japan's National Treasure Preservation Law. There we go, we're on the 5th floor. Now we're getting close to the top. After surviving World War II bombing raids with minimal damage, large-scale repairs were carried out in the 1950s to stabilize and restore parts of the structure. Finally, on the 6th and highest floor, it's really crowded, hot, and stuffy. From the highest floor of Himeji Castle, the view stretches endlessly, an awe-inspiring panorama of Japan's rich past and thriving present. Below, the city unfolds, a vibrant contrast to the tranquil beauty of the surrounding mountains. Remember when we went down there? I talked about the sloping walls that gave extra protection against cannonballs and stuff. Seems like forever since we were there now. I can't help thinking of those poor souls walking down there. If only they knew what they've got themselves into. One feels the enduring spirit of Japan's samurai era, echoing through time like the whispers of the wind. Between 2009 and 2015, the most extensive renovation to date was carried out, the so-called high-sea restoration. The restoration involved replacing and cleaning roof tiles, repainting white plaster walls to protect against weathering, addressing structural issues to ensure earthquake resistance, cleaning and repairing timber beams and internal structures, regular maintenance to ensure its preservation. Himeji Castle remains one of the few original Japanese castles that has survived intact since the feudal period. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1993. There is something else I have to show you here in the Eastern Small Keep, which you can reach after finding your way down from the 6th floor. As an appetizer, you can see this wooden model of the castle, but then comes something quite extraordinary. You can pause the video here if you want to read more detailed information about the renovation of the castle. This looks like a great place for an archer. The enemy's samurai would be sitting ducks down there. In order to continue inside the castle, the enemy would have to turn his back on you. But don't turn your back on me. Instead, smash the little like button. And since you've watched this far into the video, I can't have been completely boring, so I must have done something right. If this kind of educational travel video is your cup of tea, then why don't you push the subscribe button as well, so you don't miss my next video? Okay, now it's finally time for what I wanted to show you. An incredibly large model, not only of Himeji Castle, but of the entire city of Himeji as it looked during the Edo period. It probably took a couple of hours to build this. I remember how many hours it took me in my youth to finish a kit of a World War II battleship. This is something on a completely different scale, I must say. The Edo period in Japan, also known as the Tokugawa period, lasted from 1603 to 1868. It began when Tokugawa Ieyasu established the Tokugawa shogunate, marking the start of over 250 years of relative peace and stability under his family's rule. The period ended with the Meiji Restoration in 1868, when imperial rule was restored, leading to the modernization and industrialization of Japan. The Edo period is notable for the policy of sakoku, or national isolation, which limited foreign influence and trade, a flourishing of arts and culture, including kabuki theater, ukiyo-e woodblock prints, and haiku poetry, but also the rise of the merchant class and the growth of urban centers like Edo, which is modern-day Tokyo.